Welcome back to Spot On Jaguars, brought to you by Teal Reign. We had a great week of football where we got our first home victory versus the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to go over that, and we have a short week because we have a primetime game this Thursday night in the Big Easy where we take on the New Orleans Saints. So if you like Jaguars football and all things Duval, hit the like and subscribe button, mash the notification bell, and let's get started. Welcome back, guys. Once again, it's Eric, Jeff, and Ben, victory cigar in hand, because we did get our first home W, which is actually surprising that for a team that had these kind of... Wait a second. What are you looking at, Ben? What are you looking at?
No, I was looking around with yesterday being National Bosses Day. I was seeing if y'all got me a present.
I'm sorry. Pardon me?
For Bosses Day, I didn't know if I wasn't trying to be presumptuous.
Don't hold your breath. It's not no gift coming.
I'm sorry. What?
I think he said national, but I think he's my boss. I don't know what just happened.
Bosses Day, yeah. Bosses
We're
Day.
on strike. We strike the rest of you. Go ahead. The show is yours.
I am so confused right
What
now.
the National Bosses Day? That's a new one. All right, let's talk football before Jeff explodes. I don't know what happened. All right, we got our first home victory of the season, which is actually quite surprising. Versus the division rivals, Indianapolis Colts. And I'm just going to say this. I'm going to start. They had their backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew. We all know about that.
By the way, I feel actually kind of bad about our whole Gardner
ceremony
covering.
Yeah,
I was like, it's all really coming true because he played awful, man.
I mean, he was.
But I mean, that was like almost like, was that voodoo what we did?
But at this point, maybe at this point though, I'm not surprised to beat a team with their backup quarterback. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a good enough team, or what we think one of the top teams, and they should beat any team in the NFL that's playing their backup quarterback. I'm really not surprised. This is what we should do. We got the job done. That's what that's expected.
So I'll say this: the game, it was nice. Well, first of all, it was like a beautiful day. Great tailgate. I don't know. There was something different about the tailgate this time around from the last.
Weather.
No, I think
Cool weather.
No, it was kind of like addition by subtraction. Maybe
Somebody didn't show the tailgate. Who
maybe.
But Jeff.
But anyway, I
was camping out of town.
Got to who camps during football season when you know you have a game to. Anyway, I digress. But actually, I hung out with Eric from Jocko and Josh from CMIV. I know a lot of y'all has seen their apparel that they make. Shout out to them, real cool guys. We had all the family and friends that I would want at our tailgate, it was great. But then getting to the game, what was nice was, for once, which we haven't had a chance to really experience a whole lot, but we got out to the fast start. I mean, it was before you knew it. It was like we're up. They got the first field goal, but then we answered with 6, and then with the touchdown, and then it was just like kind of cruise control the rest of the game, and it was nice. I was kind of just sitting back, not stressing out, the whole time.
Jump out to an early lead, never had to look back. Got to take it easy. Yeah, and that's what we kind of expect coming from. Well, we think that
you expected that, but I mean, Indy's a good team, bro. They've beaten good teams, but you're right. They had a backup quarterback in who Gardner. We like Gardner. He just played bad though.
At this point, we need to take care of business at home against a backup quarterback. So get to quickly through some stats. Trevor Lawrence had a okay game, I guess. 20 for 30, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns with the interception. He did take 3 sacks, which one of them we're going to be talking about for sure. QBR was 51.6, and the quarterback rating, which is the 1 through 100, was 91.1. So, we're thinking. QBR was the 1 through 100. The rating was 91.1. The sack that injured Trevor Lawrence got him the knee. Let's talk about that real quick. The offensive line breaking down again. Trevor Lawrence had to try to make something out of nothing. What do you tell? First, let's get to the play call in itself, Ben. Tell me about the play call itself. How you feel about that?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of people complaining, and like, I get it. You're up 14. The game's in the bag. Just turn around and hand the ball off to the running back. And I do kind of agree with that. But at some point, and I love Trevor, and part of why we love Trevor is because, he just wants to win. He's a competitor, and he always tries to make something happen, and does sometimes. But you gotta learn to throw that ball away, get down,
And risk injury to Trevor Lawrence is disaster. That's it. That's the one guy that we cannot lose. So, yeah, throw the ball away, spike it into the ground. Who cares? Lay down. It doesn't matter. It's one play. You're up 14 points. This isn't the Super Bowl. You have to be decisive and get rid of that ball.
I think the play call is great.
You do? Whoa, you agree with the play call?
I think it's a great play call because you got to look at it. You have the lead. Time's winding down. You're on the right side of the field you're already in field goal range. We've run the ball, and it's a fake handoff rollout.
Right.
Trevor needs to know when to get down. If they blew the play up, get down right there. You're in field goal range. Don't keep running backwards. Like, he's coached to go, hey, here it is. This is what the play. It's a trick play, because if they crashed on that handoff, he's got plenty, either run up, go out of bounds, or someone's going to be open to seriously seal the deal. You put that on Trevor, because he needs to know, all right, I rolled out. I see 3 guys. I'm down. Like, just fall down.
Let me say, I see both sides of it. Ben, the point is, the game's out of reach. Let's just get out of here without injuries.
The game
but
was
Peterson's
over,
a Super Bowl winning coach.
Right.
Why question what he does?
But say something to this. What if we need practice in that situation where we do have to kill a clock to get rid of a game, and we do need a first down versus the Chiefs in the playoffs, or whatever it could be going forward?
Trevor's just trying to make something happen, which he shouldn't have, because we wouldn't be having this conversation if he'd got hit and got up fine. It was a funny fall.
I agree.
The way his front ankle leaned forward, I saw it where his shoe came off, and it strained that MCL a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay? Right. If he would have got hit, let's say he lost 15 yards and got hit and got up fine, we don't say anything. He should have rolled out, saw it, fell down, boom, done.
Okay, officially, which we'll get into the injury a little bit later, officially he's questionable.
I'm still stuck on the boss's day comment. I'm like, what the hell is that called?
Officially, he's day-to-day, questionable day-to-day with the knee injury, with the tagline rapidly improving. Last thing I've heard.
Yeah,
so,
he said today, I'm going to do everything I can to play. And then I think they asked Beathard if they thought he was going to play, and he seemed like he was pretty confident that he was going to play.
I'm comfortable with CJ. I think with the talent we have around this team and how great this defense is playing, I'm comfortable to where, okay, we can still get the job done. Because a backup comes in, and it's not like you're giving the reins for the whole season. You're here to show you're right here.
Now, Jeff, this is a short week. They are playing Thursday rather than Sunday, so he's going to have 3 less days of healing time. And the fact that the Jaguars... Now, if they were 5-1, 6-0, and it's going into this week and comfortably in the division lead, I would say sit him. I would say bench him. Don't even let's see what CJ has. But I mean, we kind of are still in a battle for the division, so maybe there speaks to get him.
I'm still comfortable with CJ.
If
it comes down, I mean, obviously, I want Trevor, obviously, but it's not like we have some rigmarole, like just like a guy that's like we can't even trust.
No,
he's
been in the system, and the thing with him is I kind of feel like with this team and with our defense that if it were a situation where CJ would have to play, I feel like they would rally around him, and I think the defense, 100%. Which has been great all year. I wouldn't think automatically, we're going to lose this game. My only thing with Trevor is if he is okay to play. New Orleans has a good defense. And it's on turf. It's away. It just makes me a little bit nervous.
You're going to see a lot of quick passes.
Yeah.
All right, we have time. We're going to get to New Orleans in 1 second. But let me get through some more offensive stats. Then I want to give the defense their props for a good game. ETN chipped in 18 rushes for 55 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Also added 3 receptions for 28 yards. Another big game for him, looking real good, playmaker that he is. Christian Kirk, 3 for 49 with a touchdown. Ridley, 4 for 30. Quiet game for Calvin Ridley. Brenton Strange chipping in with a touchdown, 2 for 27. So that's about it for the offense.
Ingram had 7 catches with that one beautiful catch.
Ingram looking real good.
We were talking
put up 37 points. Yeah. I mean, that's nothing to see. That offense looked good. So quiet games from some of the stars. So
we talked off camera about the offense and looking at the numbers. I just think they're kind of misleading. I think that the reason that they didn't have more eye-popping individual stats is because they were given the ball without a lot of field to go because of how good our defense played.
And like what you're about to say, and I interrupt you again. Sorry, because of the bosses thing. Screw you. Because he's not okay. I even forgot what it's. No, but our defense put our offense in great position.
I think they call it.
What did he get your wife for Boss's Day?
What
did he get his wife for Boss's Day? That's
disappointment. Okay,
disappointment.
But no, the defense put him in position, and the defense, we're not that great at the pass coverage. It's because our rush defense is so good. All you have to do is pass, and they lead the league in takeaways. They have 15 takeaways.
Yeah,
right. And you want to talk about our defense, and specifically our rush defense.
Cisco and just on that, Cisco and Darius Williams, I think they have the most interceptions, don't they?
Interception in the league. The league high interceptions, yeah.
So,
also, Rayshon Jenkins shipped with an interception yesterday.
and Devin Lloyd would have had, I think, two if he didn't have a cast.
If he didn't have a casualty, Devin Lloyd, he was the man on the spot yesterday.
On that last one where his foot slipped and the way he fell down, it's like that was an interception.
Our rush defense as a whole gave up 17 rushes for 44 yards. That's 2.6 yards per carry. Yeah, paltry 2.6. And they have Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor, who Zach Moss has been a surprise bust-out star this year in the running game. Jonathan Taylor, all-world running back, came back last week, and then it was his second game back. We held them to nothing on the ground. And as for their passing stats, Minshew, he threw the ball 55 times.
Because you can't rush against this team.
You cannot rush against Jaguars. But listen, a recipe for success is not Gardner Minshew throwing the ball 55 times. 33 completions, 329 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions that we spoke about with Darius Williams, with Andre Sisco, Rayshon Jenkins, all getting shit.
And I'm going to say this because I'm a Minshew fan. There was a lot of pressure on him coming back to the city he thought he was going to be here.
Yeah.
And you come in, you know, and there's, you know, you go from Indy to this humidity. The ball could have been slick. Who knows? You know, he's trying to prove himself against a team that he loved. And, 3 interceptions. They were just bad passes, bad decisions. But
this city
33-55 for 329 is not too bad.
No, listen, this city still has a lot of love for Gardner Minshew. We still have the Minshew stuff in the back.
No, I love Minshew. But, I mean, I think that the defense, I think that the team kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit. I mean, the game was in hand. Garbage times, numbers that they put up because they just had to, start chucking it and trying to make up some ground.
Probably played that your favorite defense out there. Pretty good.
Talk about the defensive line stopping the run. How about the defensive line against the pass with the sacks? Caleb Chason showing up with a sack. Trayvon Walker showing up with a half sack. They even gave him a half sack for that, which I thought was his.
I thought it was a sack.
Trayvon looks, I think he's playing good, and I try to watch him, and he's he's playing the run well. He's getting pressures. He's not getting the full on sacks, but I mean I think Trayvon's playing well, and Smoot came back too. So shout out to Smoot.
Oh
we love
Smoot coming back, and then I didn't get to Josh Allen with another sack yesterday.
Elite.
That's 7 on the year. Yep. I mean, it never stops. He's just raining it down with sacks now. Josh Allen looking like a great player right now on the defense side.
No one talks about I watch ESPN. No one talks about our team. Like they're talking about either Dallas or the Jags or Buffalo and blah blah. After the game, because I think wasn't Fox doing our game? Was it Fox? I think it was Fox because I was watching. I think it was Boomer or Phil Simms because they're both blonde hair, whatever. They brought up how great Josh Allen's playing, and I was like, yes, because they had to talk about the game because it was televised.
You think they actually watched the game and they see his stat line?
They were like going 7 sacks on the season. This guy's playing out of his mind.
Yes. And it's so. Do you think that's contract year? And I'm sure that has something to do with it, or do you think it's just all kind of coming together?
I think it's all kind of coming together.
I think some of the other two, they're playing. Listen, they're not trying to let him get in there and hit their quarterback, and he's just getting there anyway. At this point in time. By the way, there's something to be said. I like what you said earlier, Ben. Sneak under the radar. I like it when they don't talk about us. Don't give us the press. We'll show up and just take care of business and go home. Be quiet about it. But at the end of the day, don't you want your guys to get the recognition they deserve? Don't you want Josh Allen to be recognized on a national stage?
At least Josh Allen. Let's say we were 2-4, and he's playing as good as he is. Give my boy some recognition.
Well,
he's got 7 sacks.
That's where I'm at with it. Like I don't need them to be talking about us or whatever, but I don't like how it's been in years past where we're just such an afterthought. Like there's been times in some of the more lean years where we still were playing decent ball or whatever, and they would just completely blow over our highlights. And the Jaguars also played yesterday, and it's just that you'd be so pissed because they wouldn't show anything about us. So yeah, I mean. It's the same thing that hurt Fred Taylor and why he's not in the Hall of Fame yet, I think, is, it's playing in little old Jacksonville where, if...
Well, he made 1 Pro Bowl.
Right, exactly. He should have made more. But the point is like, small market, somewhat of an afterthought. Trevor brings some of that national attention, because he's Trevor and he's the, one of the anointed one or whatever.
And Calvin really helped a little bit too. But
And Peterson, and it's gotten to that point. Yeah. There's still an element of, we're a little bit of an afterthought, but as far as like I personally I don't look at like power rankings and stuff like that anyway. You know what I mean? Like for the league, I don't
10th.
Yeah, I saw that. Which whatever, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. I mean, I don't. We have our own thoughts.
Yeah.
But like, I don't get butthurt about it. It's like it is what it is. However, with that said, yes, I do want when a guy is shining, I do want him to get credit. So Josh Allen and whoever else, ETN's had a great year.
Pat McAfee gave us some love today.
Did he?
Yeah, he was talking about how good. He goes, they got a great offense. He goes, and that defense that no one's expected. He goes, they got a great special teams and a great punter. He goes, Jacksonville's.
Wait, your punter got some love? Finally.
He did.
Finally.
I like it.
My boy averages.
How about
Agnew's
Agnew
a threat,
with
man.
a 53-yard return last week? All right, enough about last week's game. Let's move along to this coming up primetime game Thursday night, the Big Easy, New Orleans. How do you feel this game goes? Well, first of all, let's put a little asterisk on this. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, we expect the game to go a lot different than Jeff expects to still blow that. But if Trevor Lawrence does play, if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play. Now we're filming this before we have the full injury report, obviously. So take this with a grain of salt. But we're expecting Trevor to play. I think we all three expect him to play. Going into New Orleans, they have some stars on their team. They have a potent offense led by Derek Carr. They have receivers Chris Olave, Mike Thomas, and they have all-world running back Alvin Kamara. So they could put up points on you. They're not an inept offense. Their defense looks surprisingly stout. And just by war of attrition, they're going to win that division most likely because the other teams in that division, Carolina, Tampa, they're just not that Atlanta. They're not on that level. So someone has to win the division. So they are fighting for, a chance to win, a chance to do something this year. So it's not like they're going to lay down. This is going to be a tough game. We expect it to be on the road. Tell me what your thoughts coming up on this week, Jeff. What do you think's going to happen?
See, I mean, the Saints. Obviously, it's Thursday Night Football, whatever. But they're coming off a loss to the Texans, which I'm going, okay, well, we lost to the Texans. That's no big deal. They have a very stout defense.
Yeah.
Stat-wise, their offense is pretty good, but they have a very, very tough time scoring.
Okay.
They average like 17 points a game. I think with our defense and our speed, and they haven't seen anything like what we have.
Well, we didn't talk about Tyson being hurt. He has a hamstring, so he's probably not going to play. So I'd feel better.
Tyson Campbell is officially questionable with a hamstring, but we expect him to be
know.
out.
Yeah,
but we have some other.
Peterson basically said he's not playing.
We have a couple more injuries. Zay Jones questionable with a knee, officially questionable. We think he's doubtful, and Sheriff questionable.
Let me ask you this: can we, if we lose to the Saints, I know it's like one game removed, but can we use jet lag as an excuse?
I mean, Buffalo did. We can.
Did we have jet lag versus the Colts? I couldn't really tell.
No, we looked great.
And we
put up
actually
37
could have chose
goals.
the bye week, but we didn't. We're like, we're going to play.
So let's just say this. We think that New Orleans is a middle-of-the-pack team, maybe a middle to above-average pack team. So this could be a measuring stick to see where we're at. Can our defense stop a good above-average offense? Can our offense just explode against above-average good defense? I feel like it's a perfect measuring stick to see this is a team we need to go into their house and we need to beat them.
I mean, look what we did against KC. Obviously, we lost, and we're going to put that loss on our offense. Our defense was stout.
Right.
Look what we did to Buffalo. Stout.
Well, that was overseas. They used jet lag.
I'm just saying. Look at our look how we played.
No, our
the only
defense is
team that
great.
actually beat us was Houston, which I, in the beginning of the season, was worried about that game, period. Because we do not play them good at home at all. I think this game, the Saints have a really good defense. Stat-wise, offense looks good, but they have a tough time scoring, period.
Well, so when I look at this game, to me, it's like before the season, I was like, I could see us losing that one. And like, if we were to lose this game, this could be one where looking back, you go, okay, well, we just came off the short week. We just came from London. We're dealing with injuries or whatever. But what worries me about it though is they do have a good defense, and if Trevor plays, he's on the hurt knee, on that turf. And I just worry about something happening there. Number one, not having Tyson Campbell, not having Zay Jones. We got Smoot back. Devon Hamilton is supposed to be coming back. So that defense, I think we're going to come out. I mean, I'm picking the Jags to win. Don't get me wrong. And but I just this is one of those games where I feel like things could click. We could have a good game. We want to show out in prime time. But I could also easily see it going the other way, just with all the extra stuff that we're dealing with.
I felt that way with the Colts because we were in London the past 2 weeks was a completely different time change. And the boys came back, had way earlier practices than normal to readjust, and you smoke a team 37-20.
I agreed. And,
Now you're about to be on primetime stage, which we're not.
And speaking to that, like people, there's a lot of people, I heard some people chirping, kind of complaining a little bit about, the offense didn't do this or that or whatever. Bro, you beat a division rival by 17, you know what I mean? And so it's like we have a good, I think whatever we had at the beginning of the year where we were kind of trying to get that chemistry and find our groove, I think we've definitely kind of passed that. It's a long season. There's going to be more hurdles to clear. But Peterson, he said that somebody asked him a question about that, and he was like, you know what? He's like, the guys they're not like crying, they're up for it, you know what I mean? And he said it real kind of emphatically. He was like, they're not sweating the short week, they're not making excuses, they're ready for it. So you know what, if they are, I am. And again, I'm picking them.
It's hard to win on the road in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's hard to game plan with a short week, so they're gonna have all the advantages going in. I want to see what the Jaguars have in store. I want to see, and let's get to predictions for the game. I actually am going to go Jaguars winning it 24-20 on the road, prime time. I like the Jags to get the W. I think it is a little bit closer than what Jeff is going to say. I know that. I got 24-20 Jaguars. Jeff, tell me what you got.
I got, maybe because I'm in a good mood, but I just feel it. I feel this is the breakout primetime win, 41-17.
41, so it was a big
I'm
number.
I'm telling you, I think it's 41-17.
Ben, talk to me. What do you got?
I'll take it. I don't even remember what I came up with. What did I say, 24-17?
21-17.
21-17. 21-17.
No, it was a touchdown.
You want 24? I'll put it down right now.
No.
He said 27-20.
No, I wrote it down, 21-17. What do you want?
Okay, all right.
You want
21-17.
All right, it's put down. It's there. So I guess we are gonna. We all three have the Jaguars winning the game.
Yep.
So let's see what happens. Now this is why they play the game. Let's do it. Nothing left to do. Play the game. See what happens. On to a couple more things. The season-long Pick'em Challenge, and Ben is now comfortably in the lead. Last week he had 3 wins to my 2. Jeff with 1. So it's 16 for Ben, 14 wins for Jeff, and 12 for me. And this week,
the boss.
The boss. All right. And this week, I'm going to actually try to do some catching up. We differ on 4 games, and I'm going contrary to all 4 games with you guys. First one, Cleveland, Indianapolis. You both took Indy. I got the Browns.
It's a good pick. I
got to catch up. I have to make up some ground somehow.
That's a good pick.
The next one is the Giants versus Washington. I got Washington. You both take the Giants.
Yep.
The third game we differ on is Detroit at Baltimore. I like Baltimore. You guys both have the Lions. Mm-hmm. And finally, Pittsburgh at LA. You both have Pittsburgh. I took the Rams. So I'm trying to make up some ground. I'll let you know what we got. But
those are all good picks. These are tough games to choose.
All right, but the big game Monday night. But we all liked the same team on that one, so we're not going there. But that'll do it. And then we have some fantasy. What happened in fantasy this week, Jeff?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I was off the grid, so I didn't really look.
Oh well, Ben, could you fill us in? Tell Jeff what happened. He seems to be a little forgetful.
Yeah,
Eric got his first win.
You got smoked.
I got smoked.
You got smoked.
McCaffrey got hurt.
2 L's in a row for Jeff.
2 L's in a row. I'm trying to be humble.
I came in, I made a plate, I took seconds, made a doggy bag, left him crumbs, and walked out the door without even saying bye. That's what happened this week in fantasy.
What's funny, the last sentence on the last episode was me going, Eric hasn't beaten anybody.
So who's the mush, Eric? Who's the mush?
In the bathroom. He's
the
mush.
I'm not talking smack anymore. I think you lost too, though.
But anyway, what else?
What are you talking about that?
He didn't want to talk about that part. Yeah, Ben took an L. Ben took a little bit of L this week too in fantasy, so I got some catching up to do still in fantasy. But I think that'll wrap it up. That's just about it for.
Yeah, kind of a short show, short week.
Short week, yep.
I don't have a lot of time to edit.
I'm ready for this New Orleans Jacksonville game. I think primetime we're just gonna show up, man.
I can't wait.
Are you going to the watch party at the stadium?
I didn't know there was one.
Oh yeah, I got tickets for that.
Oh.
I might have an extra one. I don't know.
No, well, every time I watch it from my house, we have won. So
we keep the streak alive. I like it. Until next time, Spot On Jaguars, Jeff, Ben, and Eric. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
See y'all later. And Ben's not the boss. Well, I don't know where he comes up with that shit.
He
came in with the house like that. Like,
what did you get me for
I wanted to hit him in the head with this microphone. Like, what the fuck are you
just how I carry myself.
No, you carry big belly coming in here. Like,
No, big
I'm
chest, big chest.
I'm the boss. Like,
Boss hog.
that's it. He's the boss. I'm gonna get you a T-shirt.
Your Roscoe Pico train. Bro, my belly's not that big.
I know that. Shut up.